I'd like, first of all, to thank everyone, all the organizers, without stating names, because I think that this conference has had a lot of organization to do with the change of programs so many times. I will share my screen now, and well, here we are. Can you see me? Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you start your presentation?
Yes, yes, I do. Okay.
In the presentation mode.
All right. Okay. So the site where we are working, of course, I will give you just an idea about the site, is that of the New Kingdom necropolis south of the causeway of King Unas. And it is to the north of the site of the Dutch, British, Italian expedition of Horemheb tomb and so on. So as I can show you in this map, Google map, we have a big site that had been digged and excavated since the 80s. But the part where I am working is the part at this area in the west side of the site. The main discoveries we had since we began work was a tomb of a man called Wajmes, who is not so big, and then the big tomb of the mayor of Memphis, Tahmes, and to its north, the tomb, a small tomb but very interesting tomb of the royal envoy to the foreign countries, Passer. This area, which seems to be clear now, will be the one where we have found the tomb of the army general Ierkhy, and just close to that of Tahmose or Tahmes. And this year we had a new discovery that is still not finished or not excavated wholly, that of the Tell Heboua. So Ierkhy is the tomb we are going to talk about, because this is where we found an evidence of the Tjaru fortress. Here is the site as it showed at the beginning, before excavation, just a little bit of mud brick walls, very badly, in a very bad condition. This one is the Tahmose tomb after restoration. It was not like this at the beginning. This is the area where the beginning of the work on the Ierkhy tomb. Another view, different views, and this is the plan that should be at the end. It's not the plan of Ierkhy, it's that of Tahmose, but they look very much alike. Here are some objects we found in the sand, and unfortunately we find lots of things in the sand. Very nice blocks, very clear and very informative for the family of the general Ierkhy. Ierkhy is very well known since the studies done by Kitchen, and all his family members are known also. We know that he has a son called Yopa and a grandson called Hasia. These names are very prominent in this tomb, and so as we did not finish our excavations completely, we don't want to reach conclusions about who is the owner of the tomb. It is Ierkhy surely, but it might be a family tomb, not only for one person. That is still to be proved. So as you can see, all these blocks were found in the sand, unfortunately, and you can see the beauty of this block with all the names, Imira Mesha, and the name Imira Per Ierkhy. Here we have him, and of course this is his wife. I'm not going to go into details about the relationship between the members of the family. Here are some of the blocks we found in situ, and here after cleaning. This is an entrance to what we call the statue room, and this is the statue room. I will show you in details some of the inscriptions on what remains of the walls in the statue room, because these are the important ones. And the block we are going to talk about in a while was found just in this area, in the sand in this area. So this is the work of restoration, of cleaning, which we're doing in the statue room. And this is what remains of the whole tomb. This is the peristyle hall and so on. This is the statue room, the northern wall, which shows the boats coming from in a maritime port, maybe, or a river one, and with the jars, getting the load down the load of jars, as you can see here, the load of wine jars, probably wine. Some the opinions said it might be oil jars. Well, I am not very proficient in the type of jars, the amphoras and so on. But as Dr. Abdel Maqsood was talking about oil, wine magazines and so on, I presume they might be wine jars. This is the block we are going to talk about. This is how it was found in 2 fragments. And then we cleaned it and we did, here it is as it is, it shows right now. You can see something very important, because it is exactly like the figure on the Karnak temple, the Seti one seen on the Karnak temple, where you find the waterway with crocodiles. Here you have it. It's for the second time that we find these crocodiles in the waterway. And then you have the cavalry coming out from both. I don't know, can you see the end of the upper end of the, it might be a little bit, okay. So we have here a building, a gate, and another gate in this register. You can notice the army, the cavalry, and the infantry. The infantry are have their tools, their arms, and then we have many different headdress. Some of them look quite Egyptian, and the others probably indicate another ethnic group. Maybe they are, Dr. Muhammad Rafat would tell us who they are. Are they he knows better. And then I would like to draw your attention to this these donkeys coming out of the port of the gate, and the children on top, on the back of the donkeys, which are very, very nicely drawn, very interesting. The one at the front is talking to the one at the back. Here it is, more clear in the facsimile, that looks clearer. And the one at the back is seated very nicely, very at ease on the back of the donkey. So you have 2 horses here, a pair of horses here, a pair of horses here, there, and you have in the middle the waterway with the crocodiles. If we compare it to the scene in the on the Karnak temple of Seti I, we will see the waterway also with the crocodiles. We will see the bridge that is in the middle. Was it a real bridge or only something put at the moment just for the army to cross. And then we have the gates, the gate B, which Dr. Abdel Maqsood explained, is the Tjaru, the gate of Khatem and Tjaru. So, and then another gate just across in front of the waterway or calculated to the waterway, which in our scene, you can notice here that there is a gate on the upper register, a gate, and in the lower register, a second gate. I think that these gates are one following the other. I think that this is the scene going how do you call it, left side to the left or to the east, the first one, and then followed by this one, which is still crossing the waterway. So this second gate might be this one just after the waterway. I don't know, I'm not sure still. That's why I say that my work complements the work of Dr. Abdel Maqsood. But what I am sure of is that this scene represents the Khatem and Tjaru. Especially, of course, Dr. Abdel Maqsood gave you this this map about the position of Heboua 1 and Heboua 2, Heboua 2, which is the where the Khatem and Tjaru is. So I will not go into further details about this. And these are some of the blocks we still found in the sand. But what's interesting about these blocks, this one, that these are the magazines that Dr. Abdel Maqsood just showed us in his presentation. These are the horizontal magazines. Each one of them has got his jar at the end. So they are, after unloading the boats, they are putting the jars into the magazines. And that's, of course, the owner of the tomb and the responsible for registering and loading all the jars. Also, what's interesting about this tomb, that when we find some of the blocks, we always find another block in somewhere else. This is the block which is in the Florence Museum. And it was thought to be of Akhenaten time, Amarna time. But when I have to thank Nico Staring for giving me, for putting me these two blocks together. But of course, when I found the block in the catalog of the Florence Museum, I understood that it is part of our tomb. So you can see here the doors of the different doors of the magazines, the wine jars as they are placed in each of the rows of the magazine. So this is this is exactly what it is shown here on another dimension. So you have the poultry and the livestock activities all over, and this is known also in the Tjaru fortress. So as I say, my discovery complements what Dr. Abdel Maqsood just said about his discoveries. Now just blocks from the tomb also found in the sand. Unfortunately, very, very nice blocks. The whole family are there. Of course, you can see that this block, this block we found in the sand, this block we found in situ, and you can see that here the same water jet here, and it has to be this is how it should have been. This was in situ, this was in the sand, and the last one was the top. the top fragment. Now here you have the entrance to the peristyle hall with very nicely preserved scenes, colored scenes of offering bearers, and this is how it looks more. And you have here the name of Hatiai. So the problem with the name of Hatiai, and he has the same title of Imiramesha, that he, on the other side of this same door, we have Imiramesha Ierkhy. So both Ierkhy and Hatiai have their names on the tomb in the same exactly level. So who is who still to be known? Is it the tomb of Ierkhy and then taken by Hatiai, or is it a name of a different name for the same person? There is a theory that all Syrian names, because of course Ierkhy is of Hurit origins, and he is now in the army of Ramesses II, or maybe he began his career in the time of Seti I. So he might have taken an Egyptian name at the same time as his original name, maybe, because we have examples of such double names. Here is this different, clearer scene. And this, I just chose you this one because of the art of this scene. As soon as we look at it, we just say this is Seti I art. So what will this tomb be dated to the time of Seti I? Of course, it might have, or it went into the time of Ramesses II also, not only Seti I. But this leads us to say, is our scene here is representing an army going out into an expedition to in the time of Seti I, because it looks like the one in Karnak, but of course the Karnak one shows the army going back to the Egyptian frontier. Or is it another expedition on another army expedition in the time of Ramesses II? The tomb has not yet been fully discovered. There are the front yard is still to be, the front court is still to be excavated, and especially its northern wall and sanctuaries and the storehouses. So we might find other facts or other information to tell us how to exactly date this tomb, or was it for one person or a whole family. These are some blocks we found in sand, and this is a very interesting stela because it has the names of all the family. There is Yopa, the son of Ierkhy, there is Hatiai, there is another one called Ramses Nacht, and also we think that Ramses Nacht is the Egyptian name given to Yopa. This, of course, is a theory, and I cannot be sure of it except if I complete all the study of the tomb. Thank you.